Hello, educators, and welcome to today's conversation on the 5 branches of linguistics. Today we will look at phonology, morphology, syntax, semantics, and pragmatics. We will consider why understanding these components can help us support students with complexities and discuss developmentally appropriate support strategies. Let's jump in. First, we are going to talk about phonology. Phonology is the study of the speech sound systems which exist within languages, according to Shimada 2023. An understanding of phonemes and their combinations is necessary for the development of phonological awareness. Rhyming, syllable recognition, word segmentation and blending, and alliteration recognition are all examples of skills we want to help students develop to support their understanding of phonology and phonemics, according to Reading Rockets 2023. When students are growing their skills in this area, their understanding will begin large and become narrower. They begin with whole word understanding, being able to first recognize separate words in a spoken sentence or work with rhyming words. Students then progress to recognizing beginning and ending sounds in words. An understanding of all phonemes and ability to segment and blend words comes last. Developing these skills generally precedes the development of other linguistics areas. Next, let's consider morphology. Morphemes are the smallest meaningful pieces which make up words. Morphology, then, is the study of the construction of words, according to Forrest 2021. Roots, prefixes, and affixes are all types of morphemes which help account for word meanings. Some commonly used morphemes include s and es as suffixes which pluralize words, uni, bi, and tri as prefixes which indicate an amount, and micro and macro as size-related words. Morphemes can be free, meaning they are able to exist independently, or bound, meaning they must always be attached to other word parts, according to Forrest 2021. Understanding morphemes is an essential piece of developing literacy, as morphemes support the decoding and encoding of words and help a person build their vocabulary. The direct instruction of morphemes can help students develop fluency and build their reading comprehension skills. While morphology has to do with the combination of meaningful parts to form words, syntax takes a larger view and considers the way words are combined to make sentences. Words must be ordered properly for sentences to make sense, and syntax rules differ from one language to another. In English, words follow a subject-verb-object order in sentences, and every sentence requires a verb phrase and a noun phrase, according to Forrest 2021. Understanding the ways words can work together and influence one another is needed for the development of literacy. Students need to decode ideas to understand what they read and encode ideas accurately to write in a way others can accurately interpret. Understanding syntax allows them to do this. Semantics refers to the meaning of words and content, according to Forrest 2021. Vocabulary, synonyms, antonyms, homonyms, and phrases are all aspects of semantics that students must master to accurately understand texts and write meaningfully. Understanding individual words is not sufficient for making meaning of sentences, paragraphs, or texts in their entirety. The meaning of single words are building blocks, but understanding the way they work together is needed for true literacy. Semantics development progresses from the ability to understand and answer simple yes-no questions at 1-year-old, to the ability to sort some objects into categories at 3 years old, to an ability to define known words at 5 years old, according to Crown Speech 2019. Understanding synonyms, antonyms, and more progress over time, with comprehension of figurative language being one of the later areas of semantics to develop. Pragmatics are the social rules required for effective communication, and it includes both linguistic and non-linguistic communication, according to Shimada 2023. Skills such as eye contact, turn-taking, active listening, facial expressions, and gestures all play a part in pragmatics. These skills combine with skills in phonology, morphology, syntax, and semantics to create effective relational communication. Pragmatics helps students understand works written for different audiences and take audience into account in their own writing. It can also help students understand relationships, motivations, and unspoken communication present in writing. Pragmatics begins developing at birth and continues to develop throughout one's entire life. Mastering the 5 branches of linguistics is important for all children, and it is so important for us to consider these branches when working with students who have exceptionalities. Different people may engage with language differently, but being able to understand others and communicate in meaningful ways always matters. Let's consider students who have speech delays or are nonverbal or minimally verbal. Understanding phonology is still an important step in developing literacy for these individuals. AACs, visual sound matching activities, sorting, and tapping or clapping are strategies we might use to engage in meaningful phonology instruction and assessment with these students. Or let's consider a student with dyslexia and their journey with syntax. Dyslexic students often struggle with syntax as longer, more complicated sentences can be difficult to hold in their minds long enough to accurately process them. Growing students' understanding of word order, consistency in using tenses, and ability to combine short sentences into more complex ones is important for progressing a dyslexic student's syntax and linguistics. Finally, let's consider a student with a developmental language disorder. These students might struggle with each of the branches of linguistics and can benefit from visual vocabulary charts, scaffolding, collaboration between general education teachers and speech-language pathologists, repeated instructions, and extra time to respond, according to Bardell 2020. In each of these cases, exceptional students require differentiation, scaffolding, and encouragement to meaningfully develop their linguistic skills. Giving each of our students the opportunity to communicate meaningfully is so important. Before we wrap up our conversation today, I want us to consider 2 instructional strategies we can implement in our classrooms to support language and literacy in students who struggle with linguistic components. First, let's talk about storytelling and dramatic play. Storytelling and dramatic play require active engagement and participation and naturally support the development of language and communication, according to Dawson 2023. Dramatic play creates space for all our students to participate meaningfully, as there are many roles which can be played and communication styles which can be utilized. Teachers can also adapt dramatic play to fit the language skills which they've noticed a group needs to practice and develop most. Dramatic play can support language development both when it is unscripted and children are practicing turn-taking and conversational norms, or when they read scripts repeatedly or follow scenarios. Because storytelling and dramatic play are fun and engaging, they support deep learning for many types of students. For our second strategy, we are going to talk about speaking games. Students who struggle with linguistic components might show hesitancy in sharing their ideas in a classroom setting. Teachers can work to get everyone talking and developing their linguistic skills through speaking games. Edutopia has a great resource full of speaking game ideas. I would love to share a couple of them with you today. One activity we can use to get our students talking is a descriptive drawing activity. Students can choose words which are a good fit for pairs of students. Teachers can choose words which are a good fit for pairs of students and have them take turns reading the word and describing it for their partner. This is from a resource by Gattenhammer 2015. The partner then draws the word and the pair determines whether the original word, description, and picture all match. A second game we can try in our classrooms is Never Have I Ever. Each student in a group starts by holding up a hand with 5 fingers. Then, one at a time, students share something they've never done before. If a student has done the activity, they put 1 finger down. As students put down a finger, they can share a story from a time they did the activity. These games are just 2 ideas Edutopia shares to support teachers in getting their students engaged in fun conversations to support language and literacy development. Thank you so much for taking the time to join me today. I hope you found this information on the 5 branches of linguistics meaningful and feel more equipped to support the students in your classroom.